Hey loves, welcome back. If you'd like to see how I created this style, keep watching. I'm starting on clean, blown out hair, and I'm using the main choices growth oil. There doesn't get much better than this, daily hair dressing, and their laid back effortlessly growth stimulating edge control. I've already sectioned my hair into 4 sections, and in the front section I'll make 4 Bantu knots. So I applied the oil to my hair first, and then I lightly misted my hair with water. You don't want to put too much water because then it will revert back, and that's not what you want. Then I used a generous amount of the butter to add some moisture back into my hair, and then I'll be applying the edge control to my edges. This edge control is awesome. It contains biotin and it's made to preserve and restore your hair follicles. So I've never seen another edge control like that on the market, so that's definitely a plus. So now I'm going to create a 2-strand twist, a regular, simple, easy 2-strand twist. I have another Bantu knot out video on my channel, and I show you how to do Bantu knots in the traditional way. I found that this 2-strand twist method is much easier, especially for those who have had trouble doing it the other way in the past. So if you've had issues, revisit it and try this method. Once I get to the ends of my hair, I will apply a little bit more butter just so that my hair will take the shape of the Bantu knot and won't resist it, because my ends are the driest place on my hair. So you'll see me take just a small amount and apply that to my ends, and then I will begin to coil my hair. So what I'll do is I'll take my hair and I will start to create a circle at the root. So what you see me doing here is I'm starting the coil and I'm just going to go around in a circle, and the goal is with each loop that I make to make sure that my hair goes directly under the row that I created before it. So I'm going to create a mini tower that sits off of my scalp. So each row that you create as you go around needs to go directly under the row before it. And when you get to the ends, make sure that you tuck the ends of your hair under. There's nothing worse than seeing a Bantu knot out that has straight ends. The hair is curly and then the ends are straight. So to prevent that, and to make sure you don't look crazy, just make sure that you tuck your ends under, and you can secure them with a bobby pin for extra protection. I do that, that's totally optional, but I just want to make sure that my ends are under there. And if your hair is too tight, you can unscrew the Bantu knot in the opposite direction that you created it, just to release the tension. So now I'm going to show you the same steps and technique one more time. I already applied the oil, and that step is definitely optional. I applied it because I felt like my hair was dry on this particular day, so I just wanted extra moisture. The butter is very moisturizing on its own, so you may not need it. Then I misted my hair with water lightly again, and then applied a generous amount of the butter and then the edge control. Now I'm creating a 2-strand twist, and I will twist that into the Bantu knot. Keep in mind that this hairstyle is very high maintenance. If you want to keep this or make it last for a number of days, you will have to do these Bantu knots every single night. I only do this style for special occasions, maybe a date. I'm honestly just too lazy to restyle it for days on end, so I maybe keep it for 1 or 2 days, but it always turns out beautifully, and it's nice when you want to switch it up. I created 15 medium-sized Bantu knots all around my head, and I left them in for about 4 or 5 hours till they set, and then I began the takedown process. So the first thing I did was I put a little bit of the butter on my hands to help minimize frizz, and then I began to release the Bantu knots. To release them, all you need to do is unscrew the hair like a light bulb in the opposite direction that you created the Bantu knot, and that will bring them right on down. And so I'm going to do this until I'm finished, and then begin to separate. One important thing to note, you need to make sure that your hair is completely dry before you begin to separate, take them down, all that good stuff, because that will create lots of frizz if it's not. So you see that I had a lot of definition, but I wanted like a flowy, vintage, retro 70-ish type vibe. I was actually inspired by how my mom used to wear her hair in like the 70s. So I was going for that type of look. So I separated a lot. Don't separate as much if you want more definition, or separate a lot if you are going for a look similar to mine. At the end of this tutorial, I'll show you how I created this look with more definition, so stay tuned for that if you're interested in a more defined look. My last step is to pick my hair out, and I went to town with that, and I just loved how flowy my hair looked. This is the finished result. So I had a lot of shine and body, and I just had that look I was going for, that vintage retro, like 70-ish look. So now I'm going to show you what my hair looked like with more definition. I used the same products, the same technique. The only thing I did was I created more Bantu knots. So instead of doing 15 Bantu knots, for this I did 23. And these were my results. So you can see my hair turned out beautifully. It's just more defined, curlier. It's a little bit more shrunken. So you definitely can do the same thing. Just create more Bantu knots if you want a more defined look. I appreciate you watching this tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.